So at a certain age, I realized that maybe I would never, ever, ever be creative. But I'm a really, really good researcher. So how can I leverage being a good researcher to get creativity? How can I manage creativity? So I want to show you what I'm doing. So I've created a form called book title, because I need to have a title for my book, and I'm not feeling creative. So basically, I've asked for 3 title suggestions and 3 subtitle suggestions in this format, and kind of told people what I'm writing about, and here are the 3 titles. Here's where they can write the answers. If they want to be a pre-reader, that's awesome. And then I want demographic information. So I always ask demographic information, because that's going to give me a sense of if I decide later on that I want to weight some answers over other answers, then having the demographic information is helpful. So I created this less than an hour ago, submitted it, and I have gotten probably more responses than I really need. I asked for 3 titles, and I've gotten 24 times 3, which is a lot of titles, and a bunch of people who want to be pre-readers. Now, this, I might get, of the 120 responses I'm going to get, I might get 5 that are, I look at them and I go, oh, this could be good. This could be good enough to go into the next round of split testing. So the first task here is to collect ideas. But I don't want to come up with ideas because I'm not creative. So I want other people to come up with ideas and then kind of pick through them and pick out the ones that I think look helpful. So how did I do the actual test? So I'm not going to talk about, this is all in Mechanical Turk. I'm not going to talk about how I created the test. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I created the test, because I want to talk about these 2 tests. So I'm going to open each of them. Oh, I'm not going to open each of them. Mechanical Turk is not actually super easy to use. So I'm going to just click edit this batch. Okay, so first off, remember that we're always marketing. So even in our title for this task, we want to be marketing. Make it clear about what it is that we're asking for. But also ask, what I notice is the difference here is asking people for help. And asking people for some good name suggestions. So, the other thing that I did here was make it really clear that it's like, oh, I just want some name suggestions. Like, whatever you come up with is good. I don't need the name that they are going to commit to. And that's also why I gave people asked for 3 titles. I don't want the final name. I just want you to give me some ideas. I'm paying people 40 cents for 3 ideas. I am asking for 40 responses total, which is way more than I normally would. So normally I would ask for 10 responses, but I was tired when I put this together. And I'm asking for only people who are in the United States. So that's this one. So let's go back and look at the other one that's not being successful. So we'll edit this one. This one didn't get half as much responses because my title isn't really engaging. Create book titles for business book. Help us find a good title for this book. So one of the reasons why this wasn't successful is because I'm asking for a good title. That's putting more pressure, I think, on the viewer. And so this isn't a very engaging one, and my price was lower. So this is the first video in the book title, the book title research. Got a bunch of good, and let me talk a little bit about the demographics, because people are like, this isn't very cool demographics. Well, The demographics of my results are, in terms of salary, 8 of the 26 make less than 24,000. 6 of them make 25 to 49, so that's in my demographic. 8 of them make 50 to 74. 2 of them make 75 to 99, and 2 of them make over 125,000. So, my majority is 25 to 34, some 35 to 44, and then some younger and older. So the demographic in terms of age is good. We have mostly male, some female, one other, and mostly people who work for wages, so that's not exactly my target market. 6 of the people are self-employed, and then just through some other people, but still, people who work could potentially be in this target market. So I can look at the individuals' responses, and I could also get these in a spreadsheet. So if I click this button right here, it'll create a new spreadsheet. And then I'll get the data in a spreadsheet, which is what I'll ultimately be using because I then I can sift pretty easily through the data, and I can really look at, okay, I'm looking for all the people who are self-employed. Let's just do some data sorting on that just so that you know. I'm going to always freeze the first row, and then we'll, wow, I used to be able to do this. Oh, okay. Okay, I've completely forgotten how to sort. I used to sort every single day. So I'm not going to sort this because I don't want to look foolish and it's late at night. And that's not really a big piece of this. The first piece of this is really to show how you can use Mechanical Turk, and the entire cost of this is going to be 40 cents times 40 responses. So it's going to be about $16 for me. I think it's going to be 22 with all the fees for me to get just a ton of other people being creative for me. And, maybe not all of these people are going to be ideally creative, but I really think that in the 40 responses I'm expecting to get, I'm going to get 5 or 6 really good ones. So the next step after this is that I'm going to do basically either single or double elimination. So I'm going to actually set up a bunch of little ones where 20 people will just choose between, do you like title A or do you like title B? And that's going to be in another video. If you have questions, if you too are interested in not having to be creative and leveraging technology to avoid having to be creative, then contact me. I'm happy to walk through this. I love walking through this. I just think it's super amazingly cool, and I'm very excited about it. So there you have it.